This video is for educational
get on Discord, nigga?
purposes only. It is meant to provide an authoritative news reporting narrative of historic events that have occurred presented in a journalistic context.
A former gang member is asking Dallas police to do more to fight gang violence.
The officer-involved shooting in Dallas was wanted for 2 counts of capital murder.
The family of a 20-year-old woman is threatening to sue the city for negligence.
I saw them shooting. I have my 2 kids at home, so that really just shook me.
Since I'm one of the oldest, I gotta be stronger for my family. So it's hard to be strong.
Bro, the link never posted on Discord. I mean, on my fucking Instagram. Yeah. That shit really kind of blew.
Yakuza, the demonic psychopath
the link never
from
posted.
East
The shit
Dallas
posting right now.
Pleasant Grove said OTS has risen to popularity in the Dallas drill scene.
I've been trying to post that
One of
shit.
the
They
main
never
faces of
posted.
Dallas drill FBG murder. Yakuza has risen to the top level of savages in the streets of Dallas. With an alleged body count of 6, Yakuza has become one of Dallas's
My nigga got
most
6
feared
hats.
killers, most recently shocking the entire city. Yakuza
Bro,
has
this nigga
become
just look evil, fool. Like, I would never hang around this guy.
one of Dallas's most feared killers, most recently shocking the entire city of Dallas, being arrested whilst being on the run after him, and fellow OTS members rammed into Dallas police in a stolen truck in late July. In this video, we will take a look into all of the bodies that are said to be associated with Yakuza.
I seen that
I
video.
would like to clarify for 2 of them, he was accompanied by another person, so that will be taken into consideration as well. But without further ado, let's take a deep dive into all of the victims of Yakuza. Yakuza, real name Deontay Moore, was born on July 5, 2005 in East Dallas, more specifically the East Grand Avenue neighborhood, or 223 short for the zip code of the neighborhood. Yakuza even has 223 tattooed on his neck. Not surprising at all, Yakuza is actually the younger brother of another Dallas savage by the name of Stepa, real name Demonta Moore, being born on October 10, 2001. Stepa, whilst looking harmless, has
Man, these
proven to
niggas
have
not
a
active
lengthy
for real,
track
Kyle.
record with the Dallas police, even once putting hands on a teacher whilst attending Mesquite High School in 2018, as well as
these
his
niggas
state
just be
fair
crashing.
incident, where he fired at a man whilst leaving the fair. This is where Yakuza is said to have picked up his extreme love for violence,
Just
as
look
well
at
as
this
his
nigga, fool.
introduction into the ruthless streets of Dallas, Texas, joining SCG or Sack Chaser Global. This,
Nigga
of
said
course, would
Dallas
later
top
become the
op.
now famous Only the Sacks, or OTS for short.
Bro, I'm T that the link ain't been posted. Like, that shit really confusing.
Co-founded by Foolie, a member from the 65 section of Pleasant Grove SCG, along with another gang in the area.
I'm already knowing, gang. I heard about, bro.
NHG would begin to cause terror in T streets of Dallas, beefing with the FBG or Free Bird Gang, a group from Fort Deuce in South Dallas. Cartel or Man Man and his younger brother Arrow would become famous around Dallas for fighting until they would start toting guns. As stated before, they were also beefing with the group FBG, a beef that would make many scratch their heads, saying
He got
Strizzy,
8
top
hats.
member for FBG,
The video
just happened
says
to be
6,
cousins
but
with
this shit,
FBG murder.
yeah,
However,
he got
that wouldn't
locked.
stop the tragedy that would unfortunately
Or maybe he
take
do
place
got
on
8.
April 17, 2021, when Seriante Green, also known as Fats, would attend a park gathering at a park in South Dallas, when shortly after walking from the car, 2 men would pull up, exit the vehicle, and fire towards Fats, unaliving him on the scene. These 2 assailants are said to be none other than Stepa and his younger brother Yakuza. As I mentioned before, this was one of the bodies that he was present for, but his rounds probably weren't the fatal rounds. This is supported by autopsy reports showing that Fats was unalived by a pistol round, very important since Yakuza was using a AR. However, while only being 15 years old at the time, this is believed to be Yakuza's
getting in
first
that
time
car at 15.
unaliving someone, with most people saying they observed an intense shift in Yakuza's demeanor, seeing him show signs of insomnia as well as PTSD. Nevertheless, this is where most say Yakuza would be heavily praised by his OTS members, meanwhile being hated by FBG and Sniper Gang members. Yakuza would become one of OTS's top shooters. Loved for his ability to beat his enemies to the takedown, Yakuza would be used as protection for his courage. May 29th, 2021, Tyler Sheed Ingram, aka T-Man, would take Yakuza with him to rob a 18-year-old man named KB, real name Kobe Mascoro. T-Man would bring prop money to the exchange in agreement to buy some pounds.
Yeah, I'm already knowing these slime.
Having Yakuza wait outside of the car just in case anything went wrong. Unfortunately, it would when Kobe would realize what was happening. Unable to get to him from the back seat, T-Man signaled for Yakuza to help. He creeps up from the side, firing at Kobe and unaliving him. This death is actually pretty significant, since it's said to be the true root to the beef between OTS and OTG, since Kobe was actually the cousin of OTG member True Glizzy. T-Man, being the actual stepbrother of Yakuza, would take the rap for the case, not wanting to let his younger brother spend the rest of his life behind bars. The robbery situation would show how advanced the Sacks were when it came to deception. They would become known for robbing dealers or running off. Number 7, a known member of the Set Stretch Gang would take a great liking into Yakuza, allegedly taking him in as a paid hitman for him. Having problems with the clique B4L, Number 7 would put money on a close affiliate of the group by the name of Billy. Steppa and Yakuza would take this opportunity immediately. On January 12, 2022, they would spot Billy in a parking lot of some apartments in Pleasant Grove, both firing, unaliving Billy at the age of 26. This is where the beef between B4L Baby comes about, where he raps FOTS, nigga FNHG in the track Stepping for Billy. This makes sense because NHG are actually like underdogs to Stretch Gang, with members posting them often on their stories till this day, and OTS and NHG were cool at this time. Something to note about Yakuza during this period is that he would be showing true signs of mental incompetence, such as in the video for popular NHG rapper Bangman's track The One, where Yakuza can be seen bobbing his head weirdly faster than everyone else. Something that is very strange, saying as the tempo for said song is much slower than what he's doing in the video. This is just one of the very few instances that would support the widely speculated
my nigga just insane, fool.
Is in fact truly screwed up in the head after being around senseless violence growing up. However, one death would have a devastating impact on Yakuza as well as other OTS members. Back in 2021, in the early morning hours of April the 4th, Hank, real name Kovion Williams and member of the Fast Money clique, was unalived on the 7800 block of Sovereign Road.
This nigga just catching has to do it
18
for
years
fun
old
game.
at the time. Surprisingly enough, Hank would actually be killed in the act of sliding on some of his ops, allegedly them being a mixture of Bank Bro members, a Mesquite-based gang, and Free Buddy Gang, a gang from the BFL section of Oak Cliff. This is rather shocking to think about saying, as Bug, a currently incarcerated
Damn, that
member
nigga
of
really
Free
look
Buddy
like a
Gang
bug,
is
though.
responsible for making Hank snaggle tooth after knocking a few of his teeth out after Hank would attempt to rob
Never
him
mind, I
against
take what I
will
said
to
about
his
bro
death.
back.
A video
He got
would
it.
circulate afterwards showing Hank
Nah, he not
unalived
doing that
on
shit
the
to me,
ground
fool.
with a chop next to his feet, something that is often mocked and rapped about by his rivals, often referencing him dying while attempting to slide. OTS members would begin to claim Hank due to him be closely tied with OTS members, starting the phrase Hank Gang Forever. 2022 would see the Sacks try their hand at rapping, with Arrow, real name Eric Lampkin Scarborough, or the real FBGK, dropping gritty drill tracks like his Then Leave remix, where he brags about being a certified shooter and having a high body count in the streets. Where you can see notable faces
I don't
such as
believe him.
Man or Cartel, who is actually the older brother of Arrow, as well as BB, a 6K member associated with No Hospital Gang. Unfortunately, this brief moment outside of the streets wouldn't last long because Yakuza would eventually catch his most famous body. I'm of course talking about TG or Gunna, real name Tavarius Robinson, a known slime.
Oh, that's why that
in the city
nigga be
of
like, I
Dallas,
smoke Gunna, I
most known
smoke
for
Gunna.
being a part of Jug Team, a clique from the Ewing Villas townhomes in Oak Cliff, approximately 3 minutes from the Dallas Zoo. TG's death would be very strategic, saying as he was said to always be on his pivot, becoming known as one of the biggest practitioners of backdooring, the act of befriending a person or group
Nigga,
to
the
get close to
backdoor
them
original
just to
gang?
betray them when they least expect it, either for money
But that's
or
when I'm
other
ready to start doing
lucrative
the niggas
goods
now.
they may be involved with. As the story goes, TG
I'm ready
had
to
been
get
causing
super
a lot
close
of
to niggas and
problems
just
throughout
start
the dirty
slamming their
streets of
ass like-
Afghanistan, being surrounded with numerous cliques around the city from 2020 to 2022.
These Dallas
with some
niggas
of
got
these
like no
groups
drip,
getting into
gang.
it with each
Like
other
maybe all this shit old,
simultaneously.
gang.
One
They
group
all
that he
stuck
was
in
with would
2018.
actually be a fatal
bruh.
mistake due to the underlying issues between them and OTS. This
Maybe
would be
we
none
still
other
in the
than
2018 part of the
which
shit,
would
bruh.
obviously not sit right with OTS, since they were actively at odds with
These
them
niggas-
after unaliving Fats back in 2021.
I'm already knowing they
TG
went to a
attended
funeral
the
dressed like
funeral
that.
of Fats,
Come on,
which
bro.
may
That shit
support the idea
tragic.
that TG had an actual bond with FBG members and wasn't trying to just come around and slime them. Nevertheless, OTS would have their plans in motion. They would allow TG to believe he was a part of OTS, which they had just created not too long ago that year in 2023, changing from their previous Savvy K Chaser Global. They would plan to link up together on July the 4th, allegedly having TG believe that they would be attending a block party, when in reality the plot would be much more sinister, as details would later prove. Nevertheless, TG, along with Yakuza and a now FBG Murda, real name Kato Rivers, would agree to meet up together at the block party in the East Grand Avenue neighborhood neighborhood of East Dallas, with the three of them wearing matching outfits, later all posting fit pics before they met. Now the exact specifics of what went down that night are not completely clear, but what is known is that TG went to meet with OTS at this block party. Unfortunately, TG, real name Tavarius Robinson, wouldn't return home that night. He would sadly be found unalived in the alley of a house. This is highly rumored to be the work of none other than Yakuza, with other members
Allegedly,
Mula and Man playing crucial roles in his demise as well. This situation is truly a testament to how sadistic OTS really are, and the great lengths they will go to prove they are the most ruthless clique in all of Dallas. The murder of TG was a strategic and decisive setup from the beginning, starting with Yakuza attempting to backdoor Gunna about a week prior, meeting up with him to trade guns, not going through with it due to him being with his child at the time. Now, something to be mindful of about this detail is
so now this nigga got like
people usually are never doing business the right way.
Priorities.
Someone is always waiting or attempting to get over on the next person.
This nigga spared him because he had a kid with him. He has a good heart.
However, the two would agree to trade firearms, but they both were thinking the same thing. TG, given a Glock 26 handgun from an alleged friend, would trade Yakuza the pistol for a Tech 9. As stated before, Yakuza was already trying to backdoor Gunna, so he gave him a faulty tech that would knowingly jam if it was fired. This is the same tech that you see on TG's last post sitting on the counter.
Man.
Later that day, after arriving at the promised house for the block party, TG would be met with a scary surprise. There, of course, was no block party. There was no one there but TG and OTS. That's when TG realized what was going on, allegedly running through the back being chased by Yakuza, Man and
so how you pull up and then realize it's not a block party?
Sadly,
like my nigga's too late.
By his family on July 6th. Yakuza is said to be the one who put almost 7 shots to TG's face. Murda and Yakuza deleted the photos they posted of them matching with TG later the next morning, with TG's post staying up, being the last thing he would post on that day. OTS would be called out openly by people for backdooring TG, with people mainly putting the blame on Yakuza. He would go on to attempt to cover his tracks by fake mourning TG, creating an entire highlight on his Instagram, posting about how he missed TG and would be sliding for him for revenge, knowing he was the one behind his death. Yakuza is truly a psychopath.
This nigga a different man.
Means, going as far as to get TG's name tatted on him to throw the law enforcement off of his trail. This wouldn't do much for the others involved, since members Man and Mula were arrested shortly after the passing of TG, both being charged in connection to his death after Man was allegedly caught on camera going back to the getaway vehicle used in the murder. TG's mom was searching everywhere for her son with no help from anyone, constantly asking people
his mama white?
Mainly the question of where is TG. This would start the popular phrase, where TF is TG, popularized by rapper Rundown 4 after his track of the same name a few months after TG passed. His ops mock him constantly, with many poking fun at the fact that a full adult man could even go missing in the first place, further proving the allegations against OTS that they in fact took out one of their own. Yakuza would be taken into custody not too long after this, but would be released due to insufficient evidence. This would be the last time that Yakuza would get off so easy after doing something so brazenly, because Yakuza, being the psychopathic hothead he is, would go on to shock the entire city of Dallas in what is said to be one of the biggest plot twists in all of Dallas.
I did not hear your ass talking, Dick. What you talking about, Dick? Nigga, I'm deafened, nigga. Go ahead, speak, bro. Why the like you keep on trying to do this with this shitty ass mic, gang? Get a headset.
Why you was talking about my booger mic?
Nah, this nigga pressing me about the booger mic. Bro, is you good, fool? Is you good, bro?
I'm good, nigga. Don't talk about something happened, nigga.
No, this nigga pressing me, bro. What is you gonna do, Dick? What is you gonna do, fool?
Want me to knock that yam off?
Alright, bro. Okay, alright, fuck you, nigga.
Drill.
Fuck
As
you,
2024 comes around,
nigga talking about knock the yam off. Yeah, nigga, I was slime you,
taking the world by storm, with FBG Murda being one of the main voices of the movement. Having all eyes on him and his group OTS, he would rise to top ranks in the drill scene whilst having Yakuza, with his bloody reputation of shoot first and ask questions later, being the muscle for the group. March of 2024, Yakuza, looking to add to his growing arsenal, would begin discussing the possible purchase of switches from 2 teens from the North Dallas area, agreeing to meet up to do the transaction in a parking lot of the Uncle Lee grocery store in South Dallas. Now, sometime while in the vehicle, one of the teens would bring up the suggestion of a trade, Yakuza, not feeling the situation, possibly certain they were attempting to slime him, would do the absolute unthinkable, shooting both of the teens before getting out, taking a picture of one of them, then fleeing the scene. These two teens would be Cameron Stacy, aka
What the
Cam,
fuck is Will
with
saying?
Mari
Freak me
Smith
for? Is
Caps.
Will in the Discord again? Will ain't he in the Discord again?
aka Mari, both 18 years old.
Nigga,
Cam and
tell
Mari
Will I
were a
said
part
shut the
of
fuck up, boy,
CTG,
before I
or
slap the fuck
Cutthroat
out of him
Gang,
on Brody.
a predominantly Hispanic clique from the Mayhem and Spring Valley section of North Dallas. They are closely allied with another predominantly Hispanic clique called SOS from the Richland Trace Apartments in North Dallas.
Damn, these niggas
The
look like
death of
real
these two
demons, bro. That
teens
nigga look like a
would spark
GTA
large
RP character.
outrage from the local community, with many of them blind to the fact that they were actually gang members. No one other than CTG and SOS would even know who was behind this, however. With many assuming it was C4G from Oak Cliff, we would soon learn the truth when on July 25th, news would start to circulate of a large police presence in North Dallas due to an officer-involved shooting. This would unfortunately be Yakuza as well as top OTS member Arrow. They would be taken into custody
this
after
Dallas.
they would ram a stolen truck into Dallas police while trying to escape.
Bro, that nigga really got ran over by the truck, man.
News would break of a wanted murder suspect being arrested after
That's
an
Yakuza
officer
that got
shooting.
ran
The
over?
suspect
Yeah,
would be
gang, you a
Yakuza,
do bad,
since
gang.
as
I knew he
info
was
would
cap.
later be revealed. He was actually on the run at the time due to his active warrant for the murders of Cam and Mari. Text messages would show Yakuza and the two SOS members planned on making a deal for the switches when Yakuza felt played and took them out, taking in pic of the bodies and sending them to SOS members telling them to get back. This would explain why eventually on the early morning of June 7th,
This
Yakuza,
nigga was moving
along
like
with his
that?
mother, would be leaving a Walmart
Yeah,
in the
wild
North
boy.
Dallas area when a car would pull up, firing at their vehicle, leaving Yakuza's mom in critical condition and him walking
Nigga
away
hit his mama up.
unscathed. He would
Damn.
almost instantly get on social media laughing at the attempt, whilst his mother was fighting for her life. Yakuza allegedly even used his own mother as a human shield when the shots started going off, and that came from a quote-unquote reliable source. This would later be proven to be the work of CTG members after they would get Yakuza's location from a
The
female
Mexican
that
niggas
used
got
to
back?
deal with him. When this information was
No.
released, many people were shocked.
A female
and
that used to
confused,
deal with him?
since
Oh
this
yeah,
was
that's when I start
completely
turning my
out of the
low off
blue
on
because
bitches.
SOS and
What?
CTG never had beef with OTS until this. So many people were just lost for words because now this has started a completely new conflict, with CTG openly vowing revenge for Cam and Mari, now stamping the beginning of the war between SOS and OTS. Yakuza is currently in custody, as many fans of Dallas drill